on to the 3-6 matchup. We got Kansas City, Miami in the 0 degree, I think -17 with wind, I believe.
You forgot to mention it's on Peacock. That's the most important
Yes,
thing here. We
yes.
all have to pay to
we got
watch this atrocity of a football game.
we got Patrick Mahomes on Peacock. That was not something I expected. I expected the Buccaneers Eagles game to be on there.
I was
But
expecting
okay,
Pittsburgh,
that's fair.
Pittsburgh Buffalo.
Yeah. So who do you think wins this one? What are you feeling on this one?
I get the feel. First off, shout out to all the the Swifties out there. Go follow Jake on all platforms.
All
Um,
right, man.
you're gonna have 10 million followers tomorrow, so
This is
be
true.
grateful. I'm leaning Kansas City. Miami's in this tailspin. They're losing guys defensively left and right. They lose Jalen Phillips earlier in the season. They lose Bradley Chubb when they were down 30 to Baltimore. They lose Andrew Van Ginkel last week. Jalen Waddle should be back. He was questionable for Week 18, didn't end up playing. Now in a do or die situation, I think he has to play. But I think you have some worries about the Miami defense. You obviously have
Yeah.
worries about the Kansas City offense. They haven't been able to move the football at times this year, but it's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. We're not going to overthink it. The line's 4. I think that's, I don't love it. They could win by 3, and I would get hosed on like a back door. I'm looking at the under here. I think both of these teams will want to run the football. Kansas City has been able to run the football at times with Pacheco. Miami, Devon Achane has been unbelievable this year. They don't give him enough run. This is one of the cases that a team should run the ball more, even
Yep.
with a, in theory, elite passing offense you have with Tua and co. But I think both teams should run the ball. Both teams should try to grind this out and know that they have a brighter matchup next week, whether that's in Baltimore, that's scary potentially for Miami, or if it's in Buffalo, potentially for Kansas City. Yeah, those are scary matchups, but you want to live to fight another day. So give me Kansas City. I like the under in this game, under 44.5.
So yeah, I think Kansas City's a safe pick in this game, right? We've seen them win 2 Super Bowls in what, the last 4 playoffs? Yeah, 4. Um, yeah, that'll be 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and Mahomes, great playoff quarterback, obviously, but with it being a cold weather game, I know Miami. Theoretically, they're Miami. They shouldn't be a good cold weather team. But exactly what you said is the reason why I'm picking Miami. They're going to have to run the ball with the way the weather is. They're not going to have a choice. It's not necessarily going to be a type of game where you see like 3 passes, but you're not going to be able to pass the ball every play. And I think Miami having to run the ball is actually going to bring the best out of their offense that we've seen in a while. I think there's a chance that this game could be higher scoring than people are expecting because these teams have to run the ball, because both passing offenses have struggled at times recently. Um, and I think Miami, if it gets into a run it, like slug it out, running type of game, I think Miami has a very good chance to win this game. I'm taking Miami. I'm not sure full like how confident I am in that just because it is the Chiefs, but
Mhm.
also the Chiefs have not had a performance this year. I've been like, wow, this team's the dominant team. Like even we saw last year, plenty of performances where they were just destroying teams, even without Hill. I mean, I think a little bit of it is the drama around the team with the Travis Kelsey, Taylor Swift stuff, but I don't know, just something about that team is very off this year. I know that people are very quick to point out how off the Dolphins have been recently, and there is truth to that. I think if Miami has going to Baltimore, they'll get destroyed. I even think if this game was in Kansas City in a normal weather day, I'd probably pick Kansas City. But I think in the cold, you got to run the ball a lot. I think Miami has a very good shot to win this game.
Yeah, I think Miami can win. I think it's different if they will win. Uh, Kansas City's getting healthier defensively. Miami just is deteriorating
Yeah.
defensively. Ramsey's going to play in this game. I do not believe he played in the first matchup when they played in Munich. Um, but, Chris Jones hyped up. He got his incentive sack last week. You have, to me, an all-pro caliber corner, Trent McDuffie, L'Jarius Sneed on the back end for Kansas City. Nick Bolton should be healthy for this one. I like
Their
the pieces.
linebackers are it's tough with their linebackers right now for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to lean Kansas City, although this could be a Devon Achane game. I'm
Mm-hmm.
waiting again. He was on my fantasy team, my dynasty team, and just waiting for that 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, because that guy is a superstar.
He's insane.
I don't say that lightly, but I don't know if he's given the chance. I think Miami can be very successful, but I do think Miami sometimes plays with this arrogance of we have Tua, we have Mike McDaniel, we have Tyreek Hill, we have Jalen Waddle. We will beat you through the air, even if that's not always the best option.
I think a lot of times this season too, Miami has been the definition of good but not good enough. Like that's what they've really felt like. Like in recent weeks, I think the most concerning thing about that Baltimore game to me was I didn't think Miami played a bad game. Like I thought Miami played how Miami always plays.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Baltimore was just better. And that was the most concerning thing. It wasn't like Miami turned the ball over a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That
until the
was
second half.
yeah.
Two had two interceptions, the overthrow on to Geno Stone, and just an insane play by Roquan with the one-handed
Yeah.
interception.
But still, in like a 56-19 game, you're thinking like, five interceptions maybe. It didn't feel like
Yeah, you're
anything
thinking pick
crazy happened in
six,
that game. Yeah,
strip
it didn't feel
sack.
like yeah. So that's the most concerning thing for Miami to me. I think Baltimore is a really bad matchup for them. Though we have seen teams like the Jets in 2010, go to New England, lose what was it, 45-3, and then come back, win. But I just think, I think Miami maxes out here at the at this game against Kansas City, but I do think they pull it out in the end.